is good, Kiss listeners? It's Paige B here from Kiss 107.1, Simply the Best R&B. And I am so excited because we are talking to an R&B veteran today. He is a singer, a songwriter, a master producer, not only for himself, but also for many of your favorites as well. He's basically one of your favorite songwriters' favorite songwriter. And we're going to talk to him about the new music he has coming up and some other projects he has in the works. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Mr. Donell Jones. How are you doing today, sir?
How you doing?
I am doing good, man. It is truly an honor to talk to you today. You're definitely one of our favorites on the airwaves. Like, we literally play like 2 or 3 of your songs every day, about 5 or 6 times. So,
Thank you.
For sure. So, man, let's get into it. Now, you are an R&B veteran, and we're putting that loosely. Like, you put out your first album 25 years ago this year, and you have been nonstop ever since. So how does it feel to have like such this longevity in R&B music where that is like seemingly rare with a lot of us?
You know what? I give all the credit to God, who's been the head of my life. And
Yes.
it just has everything to do with growing up in an era where, we listened to like the Isley Brothers, Gene Carn, Michael Jackson, Teddy Pendergrass, so
Yes.
many greats, Marvin Gaye. And you had to hold up to that, you know what I'm saying? So that was the music that we heard. So I just patterned my music skills and my producing skills after those guys.
Absolutely. And it's definitely paid off. Like, you've written not only for yourself, but many of our other favorites like Usher and 702. And of course, 702 was recently sampled by Roddy Ricch for Ballin'. And it's just like absolutely crazy. And like what I truly appreciate about your music in particular is that you've always had a hands-on approach to it. The majority of your catalog you have written and produced yourself, aside from like a couple of hits here and there and everything. So how important is it to have that creative freedom over your music so that it is a true reflection of who you are and where you're at that point in time?
For me, it was the most important part of my career because I've always felt like the songs that I write, all of them are dear to me because I've actually went through these situations and I can sing it in a way that, when the audience hears it, they'll feel my emotion because it's actually something I lived. So for me, I mean, I think it's the most important part as a songwriter, or if you're going to become a songwriter, the best thing to do is write about your life because it's not just you that's going to go through it. A lot of people in the world go through the same things.
Absolutely. And we've definitely felt that. It's like very relatable. Your music's always been very relatable, from Where I Want to Be to even Shorty Got Her Eyes on Me. That's one of my favorites, by the way. And of course, like all the music that you have and you're continuing to keep it going. You actually just put out an EP 100% free early this year. And you actually took that creative control a step further by releasing it on your own imprint, Candyman Music. So what made you do that big leap to pretty much be your own boss at this point?
I mean, at this stage of my career, I just felt like it's important for me. I've done the major label thing for a while, and I just wanted ownership of everything that I do. I wrote these songs and I sing them. Why not have ownership in them? So that was very important for me moving forward in my career to be able to own my masters and be in charge of my career from the beginning to the end.
Absolutely. Do you like what are some of the challenges that you have faced so far with your own record label, or do you have any difficulties so far with running your own label?
Well, you know what? One of the things that's I'm spending my own money.
Yeah, true.
You have to be really strategic about how you do that. And you have to know that you have something because you don't want to just be spending money on records that could be lukewarm. You want to make sure you have something that's hot that people can relate to. So that's one of the things. That's one of the challenges of knowing where to spend your money. Because when you got a record companies, they have a lot of relationships and they a lot of things happen behind the scenes that you may not know of. So that's one of the difficult things. But I love it. I love the fact that I'm able to do this. And at the end of the day, it's music.
Absolutely. Now, of course, you have been able to pretty much not only evolve your own sound, but doing it in a way that still sticks to what we know you for and what is more authentic to you. So how do you continue to find inspiration for your music?
I listen to everything. I check out what's going on with the younger guys. but mainly I listen to a lot of Dusties, and I try to incorporate the two. I never want to do a record where I don't have some type of live instrumentation going on, whether it be guitars, live percussions, or something that's live in within that in the music. And then again, like I listen to all of the beats that the young guys are doing today. You know, all of that stuff is very interesting. Nothing has really changed. It's just the sound of it has changed.
Absolutely, for sure. Now, not only do you have your own music, but also you announced early this year that you're being a part of a super group, The Shy, with
Yeah.
a couple more of our favorites, Dave Hollister and Carl Thomas. So I want to know how this all came up to be. Like, were you hanging out one day, over drinks and say, hey, you know what, we should be a super group? Or well, how did this come about for The Shy?
I'm totally ecstatic about this, about doing this particular project with my brothers. Actually, we talked about this about 8 years ago,
Oh, wow.
and it just never happened. You know, we were all busy doing our own careers. Dave was still with Blackstreet. Carl was out on the road doing his thing. And then what happened was when we got together and did this remix, we was
Yes.
we had never really heard each other on the same song together. So we was like after we finished it and everybody was listening, we was like, "Yo, man, you know what? I think now is the time." And we all just agreed, like, you know what? Now is the time. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. And it's going to be great for the culture because I mean I think we all have different styles of R&B, but to bring it all together, it's just going to be something really special.
Absolutely. And of course, we've had our fair share of great supergroups in the past. Of course, you had LSG with Gerald Levert, Keith Sweat,
Yeah.
and Johnny Gill. And then, of course, you had TGT with Tank, Tyrese, and Genuine. What do you think, in your humble opinion, will set The Shy apart from the previous supergroups in the past?
I think what will set us apart is we all are songwriters. I'm a producer myself, and what's mainly different is the fact that we're all from Chicago. We
Yes.
have a love and appreciation for each other, and it's not about going out here and try to make all the money in the world and all that. We're satisfied with who we are. We just want to make something really good for the culture, some really good music that people can listen to. Like I feel like we don't have that music that you can let you used to go to grandma at the cookout and just have
Yes.
just groove to on the weekends, clean up the house. Like I'm missing that. So that's what we're going to really try to do is make something really special that all ages can play.
Absolutely. And of course, we got our taste of The Shy with, of course, the Karma remix, which also features RL from Next and also Jacquees.
Yeah.
So I love the original as well, like that's featured on the 100% free EP, which is available now. Fans, listen up.
Yeah.
But also the Karma remix has definitely been heating up our airwaves. So what was it like, recording not only with your brothers in The Shy, but also RL and Jacquees?
It was amazing how that all came about. Again, we I had invited them to my video shoot and RL was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna make a remix." And I was like, "Okay, well, the people that's here, why not all of us jump on it?" They was like, "Yeah, okay." So unfortunately, during the pandemic, we wasn't able to record it in the same studio, so everybody got
Right.
sent the record, and we all did our parts. And I mean, when I heard the record in its completion, I was like, "Damn, this is really good." And RL, he laid it out so great for us that he's an incredible songwriter as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
And it's like so amazing to hear because, of course, like with you and Carl and Dave and RL, you guys are legends in R&B, but also the fact that Jacquees, as a younger, a newer artist, being able to hop on with you guys as well, which is super dope because you rarely see, R&B veterans, and this is unfortunate, reaching out to the younger generation and kind of, guide them a little bit. So tell us a little bit about that.
I thought it was very important for me to ask Jacquees to be on this record because not only is he my little brother, I've kind of taken him under my wings, but I just felt like we need to reach out to the younger generation. I was like, what would be more special than having him on his record with us so his fan base can understand that it's our R&B. We coming together, we're collective, and it's camaraderie. We want to be together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, of course, you have so much going on, and you're touring around the world again. The pandemic kind of lightened up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, for sure. What is it like, being on the road now, especially like now we're technically in like a post-pandemic kind of sort of situation. Like, how does it feel being back on the road and touring again after such a long break?
it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, being off stage for that whole year, I mean, I was kind of a little bit depressed
Yeah.
Because it's nothing like being out there and getting that energy from the crowd. They singing, you feeling each other, people standing up dancing, and
Yeah.
don't get that when you doing it on a computer. When you just got to watch a screen or you watching the camera, it doesn't feel the same. So the same energy is not given back and forth. So I mean, it's been amazing. I really can't wait to get out here and see more of my fans.
Absolutely. We can't wait for you either, Mr. Jones, for sure. So I want to know, this is like one last question. Of course, with you being in the game for so long and you've laid out the blueprint for a beautiful, beautiful legacy that is continuing to grow. What is the one thing when it comes to legacy, what is the one thing that you want your fans to remember you for?
I think I want my fans to remember me for my songwriting. I feel like when I write songs, it is truly from the heart, and I feel like those are the best songs that people can actually feel. Like Where I Want to Be. That was a song that I actually lived that. I was living that life, and unfortunately, me and my kid's mom, we're still friends, but I put that record. I put that my heart on my sleeve and put it out there for people to hear. And I didn't even know it was going to be a hit. I just was doing something that I felt in my heart. So I think when you do things from the heart, people can feel that.
Absolutely. And of course, we've definitely felt it and we definitely appreciate you. And one and only Mr. Donell Jones, thank you so much for taking the time out of your super busy schedule because you have a lot going on.
Thank you.
Uh, of course, of course. And where can we follow you on social media?
My Instagram is Donell Jones Forever, and my Facebook is Donell Jones Music, and my website is DonnellJonesMusic.com.
Absolutely. So once again, one and only Mr. Donell Jones, thank you so much. And of course, the fans appreciate it. And one of my friends is a huge Donell Jones fan. Shout out to Janae. So yeah, yes, for sure, for sure. So yeah, she's definitely probably gonna freak out as soon as I tell her that I was talking to you because you are our absolute favorite for sure.
Thank you so much.
Of course, of course. So once again, Donell Jones, make sure you check it out. Make sure you keep on continuing to request Karma Remix. It is a dope one, and be on the lookout for more great things from Donell Jones in the future. So thank you so much for watching. This is Kiss 107.1, and we are out of here. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Peace.